Yesterday, we talked about the big staffing news, for lack of a better word, and that was, of course, that Dan Bongino getting the #2 spot at the FBI. And Kash Patel wrote a very lovely message about that on X yesterday, and I would like you to read it, if you would.
Yes.
Please.
Let me get my eyes ready.
It is.
Oh my God, they're always so long. Tremendous news for law enforcement and the future of American justice. I am proud to welcome Dan Bongino as the next Deputy Director of the FBI, a warrior and lifelong public servant. Dan has dedicated his career to protecting this country, beginning with his time in the NYPD, where he served in one of the toughest precincts, the 75th, before spending more than a decade as a special agent in the United States Secret Service. His leadership, integrity, and deep commitment to justice make him the ideal choice to help lead the FBI at this critical time. He's a cop's cop. With Pam Bondi as our new Attorney General, we are assembling a team focused on restoring public trust, upholding the rule of law, and ensuring justice is served. Dan is stepping away from an incredibly successful career because he believes in this mission. Together, we are ready to put this mission first. Welcome aboard, Dan. The country needs strong leadership, and I know you will serve with honor and dedication. He is stepping away from a pretty sweet gig, right?
Yeah, a very lucrative, sweet gig.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a sacrifice. I can see it as nothing other than a big sacrifice. And
I totally agree.
People are obviously, they have a lot of thoughts about whether he is qualified, and we'll get to some of those ridiculous thoughts here momentarily. But first, we do need to show a couple of clips from his show yesterday when he finally got to talk about it, because he's known about this for a little while, and finally got to, talk about it and actually got a little bit emotional. So we've got a couple of clips from yesterday's Dan Bongino report. Here they are.
Folks, I'm sure by now you've heard the news. Wait, do I have it? Oh, no, I already took it. Sorry. Someone gave me the man card, gave me like an actual man card one day. Like it's a little, looks like a credit card, kind of a joke, obviously. So let me just turn that in right now because this may be a little bit emotional, and let me apologize in advance. And I got a call from the president, and he couldn't have been nicer. And I obviously keep the contents of it between us, but I think you get the gist about what it was about. And kind of broke down a bit because it was, this is now real. So President, Attorney General Bondi, and now Director, gosh, that sounds good to say, FBI Director Kash Patel offered this role, a role I expressed an interest in. And ladies and gentlemen, I told you, you see, it's hard for me. I'm going to accept the role proudly as the Deputy Director, the #2 spot at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's not going to be the last show, but we've only got a few more left with you. So obviously we're going to be working with a team of people to make this transition from me, political commentator Dan, to Deputy Director of the FBI Dan. Those are different roles, require different skills. Skills I have and have used before and I plan to use again. It's going to hurt to leave you. But I am going in this clear-eyed. Vision of President Trump, Attorney General Bondi, and Director Patel. I am going to do my job to implement that vision. And I can tell you right now, we are going to try our best. Every single thing I have in me, every single strand of DNA cell in my body is going to be dedicated towards keeping this homeland safe, no matter what.
I love that.
Isn't that great?
He's totally qualified. Now, if everybody in Congress could do what he does and just do their job and not have a podcast, talking to you, Dan Crenshaw, talking to you. Always talking to you, Dan Crenshaw.
You know what I love about you and Dan Crenshaw is that I have saved that story for last, and you have to wait the whole show.
I cannot stand him. Yeah.
But I feel like you're going to be bringing him up as often as you can throughout the show, to my endless amusement.
I try to bring him up as often as I can, just in general, just because of my actual, just palpable disdain for him. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be good times. You guys do not want to miss that part of the show coming up later. in today's program. You also do not want to miss out on the opportunity to have your pet try Rough Greens, which is a premium nutritional supplement put together by naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black for dogs and now also for cats. They have Meow Greens for cats, just like Rough Greens for dog. This right here that I'm holding, this is a Jumpstart trial bag. This is the free bag that you get when you just cover shipping when you go to RUFF chicks.com and you use code chicks. You can try this bag right here. You can try it for free. Or the Meow Greens for kitty cats come in these like individual serving little packets, which are super handy.
Yeah. Like electrolyte packets, but they're little kitty packets.
Yeah.
For Rough Greens. Yeah.
They're fantastic. And right now, Dr. Black is encouraging everybody to try Rough Greens and take part in the 90-day challenge where you can see such a huge difference in your pet from when you start on day 1 till the 90-day mark, where you're going to see noticeable things in their coat, their behavior, their energy level, their breath, their happiness. They get shiny. Yeah, they really do. So we encourage you, if you haven't already, plus they love the taste. So there's just no downside at all. You can transform your dog's health the natural way, or your cat's health the natural way. Just go to roughchicks.com and then use code CHICKS. Do it. So quick note about Dan Bongino. This was such a treat to watch. Now knowing that we know he's going to be second in command at the FBI. This was from several days ago when he knew, okay, but we didn't know. And you have to love everything that he is saying in this clip from several days ago.
Adam Schiff so worried. Folks, I strongly encourage you to go back and take another look today at the Russia collusion hoax. I know it's a story that's old and a lot of people want to move on. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't want to move on.
I don't either.
We had the FBI in conjunction with the Department of Justice, officials in Congress, foreign governments, and intel people fabricate a story, invent a story that could have caused and done serious long-term harm to international relations with a nuclear-powered foe. It's kind of a big freaking deal.
Yeah.
I'm not letting it go. And you listen to me. This is going to be very important in the coming days. I'm not letting this go. I want to find out what happened because it can never happen again. Not to a Democrat, not to a Republican, not to a Libertarian, not to any United States citizen. You do not get to alter or try to change the course of electoral politics by fabricating a story, hijacking the justice system then to give the patina of truth to a fake story. You don't get to do that. Why do I bring that up now? Because who is the ringmaster of that circus? Yes, Adam Schiff. And no, I'm not letting it go.
Thank God. Thank God he's not letting it go. You know, for the people like me who can't let things go, Dan Crenshaw. Oh, he's coming up again. No, it's true. I love this. I love it so much. You know that Adam Schiff is just shaking right now.
I hope so.
Losing his mind. I hope so too. It's about damn time.
The problem is that now there's all these reports about people in the FBI who are scrambling to delete all kinds of evidence before, Kash Patel, before Dan Bongino can get their hands on it. They are rushing to cover their asses. And I hate that. I mean, I hope that
I hate that too.
There's a way to retrieve all the information that they need to just throw this guy away for the rest of his existence.
Well, knowing our government, everything is probably on paper, so they can just burn it instead of having to delete like actual files online. Because my God, you see how antiquated our systems are. It's
probably stuff on floppy disks,
or floppies in a cave somewhere. They'll be fine.
Well, not everybody is happy about Dan Bongino, and one of the people that is unhappy is Andy McCabe, who was bitching about it to Anderson Cooper, and there are not enough eye rolls.
Well, first of all, what's your reaction to this appointment?
Oh.
I have great concerns for the FBI and for its people. You're taking someone who knows nothing about the organization, has no experience with the FBI, and put him in the highest position an agent can possibly occupy. He'll be responsible on a day-to-day basis for all of the FBI's intelligence collection and investigative authority. People will walk into his office one after another every single day and confront him with some of the most confounding problems in unbelievably important investigations, issues in which the safety of our country is hanging in the balance. And they're going to expect him to look back at them, make quick decisions based on the law, based on the facts, not on his politics. And so I'm scratching my head as to how he's going to be able to do that. There's not a single deputy director in the history, the 117-year history of the organization, who didn't have that role until they had already spent an entire career in the FBI, understanding its people, its authority, its capabilities, and its mistakes, the places where you have to be really careful to keep the wheels on the road.
And that's probably why it's in the condition that it's in. It's because it's been same old, same old. It's been career people who are also political. I think the MAGA podcaster can handle some toughness. I think he can. You see, they had that in the Chiron. Like, it's like he's done nothing else in his life. Not saying that being a MAGA podcaster is a bad thing. It's just that that's not the only thing that he's done. And that's all they concentrate on. They did the same thing with Pete Hegseth.
Yeah.
You know, he's just a guy that's he does talk, television. Actually, no. You're wrong.